Now, what we're going to talk about first is there are 10 points of what I call Ninpo, or infiltration, okay? There are 10, that's written down on the scrolls. There are 10 points of infiltration that you have to know before you infiltrate into the enemy territory, okay? Here we go. Number 1. Investigate the enemy territory and stronghold. Know as much as you can and gather as much information as you can. You need to create a drawing of the area and all sides and exit roads, even in smaller communities that is outside the enemy territory. So think about that. Point number 1, insane. You need to investigate the whole area. You need to know everything, small roads and all of the exit roads. You even need to know at least a general idea, hopefully an even better idea, of all the surrounding little villages and stuff that's around it. So that's the first step. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't know every little exit route, you're going to make a mistake. Okay? It's going to be point number 1. Point number 2. You need to sleep, here we go, you need to sleep before all missions. No matter how energized you may feel, no one can perform correctly when they are fatigued. How many of you guys already done that before? You know, you're like, I got this, I'm going to be a ninja, we're doing 4 hours today, sensei, 1 hour later. Ooh, shit. Should have just said 1, could have went with 1 today. But, look at you smiling like, yeah. Number 3, you must consider the time and the rising setting of the moon. It is best to infiltrate on a new moon or before the moon rises and after the moon sets. So when it's dark, before the moon gets up in the sky, that'd be great. When the moon is already set, that'd be great. However, do you guys know what a new moon is?
It's completely dark.
Completely dark, very good. There is no dark side of the moon, although some people believe that, right? It's the new moon. It's the full moon. It's full on right there. A new moon it's completely dark. Right, very good. Number 4, understand the time and the proper time of infiltration. Timing is the key to all shinobi missions. So, understanding the time. What time of day are you going to do it? Let's say that you guys are hypothetically going to do something around 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. That's perfectly fine. If you're going to do it at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, then you need to scope at that area a couple times at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning so you know what's going on at that time. So if you're going to do it at that time, you can do it at the proper time at that time. That's what that means. Know the time and the proper time of doing it. Because if you're supposed to infiltrate at 2 o'clock in the morning, but you know that someone leaves the house at 2:15, then you'll get there using stealth at 2 o'clock. You'll wait till they walk out at 2:15, then you go in. You catch what I mean? So that's what that means. Number 5, before stealing in, make sure all plans and arrangements are firmly worked out and agreed upon with the Lord. So, obviously, you're getting your orders from the Lord. They're telling you need to do something. Make sure that all the plans are secure. Make sure that both people, the Lord knows what you're doing, you know what you're doing, you've both talked about it, and you know how to carry out the mission. Because the way that it will always work, and it will always be this way. You're going to go in thinking, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then when you talk about it with someone that you trust, that's probably done it, or a little bit better, a little bit more knowledge, or that kind of thing, they can always add that. Even if it's just that one more idea, that one more thing, it's like, yeah, I probably didn't think about that. Or yeah, I don't want to forget that. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I knew that, but yeah, I didn't recognize it was that important. Because maybe they say, do this, but you didn't realize there was a little bit more emphasis on this. Maybe you thought it was more of a minor thing, right? So keep that in mind. Number 6, when it is time, you should understand and use the skills of Ninjutsu and Ninjutsu to correctly infiltrate the enemy stronghold. So when you're going to infiltrate, understand the differences of Inen and Yonin, and understand how to use each one interchangeably at the destination of which you're supposed to be. All right, number 7, construct your shinobi squad very carefully. All signals, times, and other should be planned out and agreed upon. Everyone you have in your squad should be a ninja of honor. If you have to steal in together, make them follow you on the way in. Go first on the way out. All right, number 8, when you enter an enemy stronghold, you should enter together and then scatter as soon as you are in. So Once you guys enter, scatter. When you guys are going to go in as a group? Number 9, if you're infiltrating a mountain castle or enemy camp of a rural area, you should enter scattered and have use of fire signals that marks that communicate your position. So like, back then torches were really big to walk at night. So some people could use maybe 2 torches, that means there are more people over here, or a smoke signal that means I'm going to go ahead and infiltrate your way. Those kind of things. You should already have all your signals planned out, that way you know whether you should be moving in or not. Number 10, be aware that you may be detected when you are trying not to be seen. To be secure, you should forge letters of the enemy's staff and address them as your lord. Leave a few of them in place that you stay, and also keep one inside your kimono. So basically what it is keep in mind that when you get there, you might be spotted. Well, while you're there, you're going to plant letters. You're going to plant orders. And you're planting these orders to be written from your lord, but named to some of the samurai that's in this domain. So when they find your ass, they're like, what's going on? They see all these secret letters like, oh, are you shitting me? Ohm really is part of that school? Hang his fucking ass. Da-da-da, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. So that you're still creating a little bit of that havoc. You know what I mean? You should also have one in your jacket as well, in your kimono, that when they do find you, it could be written from their lord, it could be written from another lord, so you're creating a diversion with that as well.